How's it going, everybody? We are back again for another Dokkan battle video. And alright, folks, so we are about 5-6 days away now from the 350 million download celebration going live on both versions of the game. And of course, now I want to break down what my take is on what the banners, the dual Dokkan Fest banners, are going to look like, presumably between LR Super Saiyan Goku and LR Full Power Frieza. Given that it is a Namek Saga themed celebration, I think it's all but confirmed that it will be a dual Dokkan Fest between Goku and Frieza. So that begs the question, what will the banners look like? Now, obviously, this is not anything too special. Like, I didn't put much effort into designing how this looks, but I did put a lot of effort into who I thought was going to be on the actual banners themselves. And I do have some solid reasoning for a lot of the different units that are, like, on these different banners. So we have the Goku banner right here, and then we also have the Frieza banner, presumably right here. And I will get into my reasoning for each individual unit as to why they are on this particular banner. Now, keep in mind for a couple of these like duo unit banners for units, for example, the LR Blue Fusions, for example. Either one of these guys can be flop between back and forth between either one of these banners. Like, for example, I say that Gogeta is going to be on Goku's banner, but they might just switch that out and put Vegito on Goku's banner, right? But this it's a hypothetical guess about realistically about who will be on each banner. And I do, like I said, I do have plenty of reasoning as to why I think this could be why, like why each unit is on this banner, so on and so forth. So, without further ado,
let's talk about it.
Alright, so let's talk about each individual banner. Now, I'm basing this all is the presumption of, I'm basing it off what happened last year with the dual Dokkan Fest between STR Super Vegito and LR Buhan, excuse me. They each had 10 featured units. I'm not counting the SR featured units. We had the two brand new units, the support type unit Tien, and of course LR Super Vegito himself. And then we had 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see, wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10 featured units in total, 9 of them being Dokkan Fest units and 1 side banner unit. The same thing applied, of course, for the LR Butane's banner, 9 featured Dokkan Fest units and 1 side banner unit. This is following that same format. We would have 9 Dokkan Fest units and 1 banner unit. Now, the banner units can be quite literally anything, like this Armored Krillin and the third form Frieza, I thought could be realistically what they could that both the banners units could be. Those are like what I believe it should be, to be honest, because we don't have an Armored Krillin from the Namek Saga yet, and we don't have a standalone third form Frieza as of yet. So I feel like it's a perfect time to do so in these in this celebration. But obviously, yeah, let's start talking about it, right? Let's start talking about it. So of course we have the brand new Goku and Frieza. I mean, that's pretty obvious about what it could be, and of course a side banner unit. Now, the first set of Dokkan Fest units, we have the return of the Worldwide Celebration units from last year, LR Buhan, and of course LR Super Vegito. Now, I'm under the presumption that, like, normally I would say, yeah, these banners are going to be super and extreme type, but that's not actually the case, because, like, if you base it off last year, like, for example, in LR Cell was on the Super Vegito banner, as a prime example, and then, like, you go on Butane's banner. Butane's banner has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 super type units on his banner. So, I mean, it's obviously incredibly annoying, but there is reasoning behind it, I suppose. So I believe that if we're going by that logic, the extreme type unit, Buhan, will be on Goku's banner, and then the super type unit will be on LR Full Power Frieza's banner, right? Now, basing it off last year too, we had the previous year's Dokkan Fest LRs, that including the LR Super Saiyan 4s. This time around, I believe that the LR Super Saiyan 4s will return. But I also believe that the Blue Fusions are also going to make their return once more on each version of the game. Again, like I said earlier in the video, Vegito and Gogeta in particular Either one of them could be on either banner. It really does not matter. I guess you could say the same for the LR Super Saiyan 4s too. You can switch back and forth. It really does not matter. But either way, they're going to be on each other's banner. Like, in particular, I would say it's more than likely that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is going to be on LR Super Saiyan Goku's banner. I think that's pretty safe to bet to say. And the same applies for the return of the GT Super Saiyan Goku, which I will get into a little bit later. But let's take a quick look back at this. So, the Worldwide Celebration. This is right after the 5th year anniversary on Global Dokkan. We had the return of the 4th year anniversary units and the 3rd year anniversary units, which is why I strongly believe that this year, for right after the 6th anniversary on Global, this applies to JP too, but this is realistically towards what Global is probably going to look like. JP's banners will probably be different. In all likelihood, that's usually how it goes. But I'm mainly talking about for global sake. So this time around, right after the 6th year anniversary, we would have the 5th year anniversary units come back, and then the 4th anniversary units come back. It does make sense to me in my eyes. And then if we take a look at Frieza's banner, Vegito, and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta will be back on their banner. So now let's quickly move on. So on Super Vegito's banner, we had the return of AGL Bardock, who was last year's Saiyan Day unit. Now I strongly believe that we will. I think this is 100%. Well, obviously this isn't 100% confirmed, but I think it is 100% likely that we will finally see the return of legendary Super Saiyan Broly during this celebration. He has not been back on Global since his original celebration all the way back in March, so it does make sense for him to return now on these banners. So that's why, you know, in particular, it would be on Goku's banner, since he was the Saiyan Day unit was on Vegito's banner last year. Now, Boo, on the other hand, had STR Cooler. Now, if we're looking at pure release date, so this is the part where it usually gets a little tricky. The Saiyan Day unit, obviously there was only one of them, so that means, okay, what happens with Frieza? Now, my logic as to why I put SDR Bojack here, now, Bojack, the only reason why I put him here is because of his release date, right? We took a look at this past year. Bojack came out on Global at the beginning of March, right before Legendary Super Saiyan Broly came out. And the same thing happened last year with AGL Bardock. AGL Bardock came out right before, or excuse me, it happened with SCR Cooler. SCR Cooler came out on Global last year, like a few weeks before AGL Bardock did. So that's kind of my reasoning why, as I put SCR Bojack there. But I don't know if I would put him on the banner just because he is also currently live on Global with the Videl celebration. So realistically, I might switch him out for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta since he has yet to return on Global Dokkan. So that would be a pretty cool pick to see. But like again, if you're paying attention to what I'm saying, you can understand my reasoning behind this. So that's why I put Bojack there, but realistically, I can imagine that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta might take the place as well. Either or is perfectly fine with me. Alright, so moving on. So I then strongly believe that we will see the return of the GT Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta. This being, of course, because we had the Saiyan, they are the Goku family, excuse me, I'm losing my mind here. The Goku Day celebration units. Obviously, last year, we had the Dual Dokkan Fest between Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku and Tech Majin Vegeta. And then they came back for the Worldwide Celebration. So it does make sense that since we had Goku Day this year, Goku Day consisted of the GT Super Saiyan Goku and the GT Super Saiyan Vegeta. It does make plausible sense that they will return on these Worldwide Celebration banners. Again, Goku most likely going to be on the Goku banner, so it does make more sense. Again, either or is fine. And then we get into the final 3 units. Now, usually the final 3 units, I kind of cater towards, okay, now it just goes towards the general theme of who the character is. Because if we take a look, right, as much as I hate This is just like, obviously, a Super Vegito banner, it does make sense for AGL Super Vegito and Physical Super Vegito to come back on the respective banner. And then we take a look at Buhan's banner. Obviously, the Int Buhan and the STR Transforming Buu, they make total sense. But then we also had Transforming Vegeta and Transforming Goku on their banners as well. As much as I hate to say it, realistically, I am probably imagining that Transforming Goku and Transforming Frieza will be on these banners. It does make a lot of sense for them to be on these banners. And, I mean, like I said, I don't want them to, but also keep in mind, they are very likely to get an EZA during the celebration, or at least one of them will. Realistically, I can see Transforming AGL Goku getting an EZA. It does make a lot of sense, given the theme of celebration. And then STR Namek Goku, who I'll get into in a second as well, also makes a lot of plausible sense getting EZA. But realistically, I do foresee the return of Transforming Goku and Transforming Frieza. It does make a lot of sense, as much as I don't want it to. So there's that. Now, moving on, of course, I did mention we have STR Namek Goku, again, going towards the general theme of the Dual Dokkan Fest celebration. Of course, obviously, if we are getting a Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek saga, it does make sense that we are going to get Transforming Namek Goku. I mean, I think that's more than obvious now. And then, of course, the latest Frieza unit to have a Dokkan Fest unit was, of course, the Transforming Angel Frieza from the Tournament of Power. It does make a lot of sense for him to return on the banner, as well, as he is the latest Frieza unit to get a Dokkan Fest. So it does make a lot of plausible sense that he would return on this banner. And then this last unit, the last pair of units, I mean, it's kind of a long shot that they would do this, but I do strongly believe that we could also see the return of Tech Janemba and AGL Pikkon on these banners. Given that they have not returned yet on global. I mean, they did come out in April, but I mean, it's plausible that they would return. I don't know. Again, this last unit was kind of a long shot, but realistically, I also don't see a timetable of them returning anytime soon anyway. Probably not until Christmas or something like that, because usually with these Dual Dokkan Fest units, they come back in pairs, usually for Dual Dokkan Fest celebrations. And Global's not getting a Dual Dokkan Fest celebration, realistically, for quite a long time, to be honest. Global's really at its wit's end with Dual Dokkan Fest for the year, realistically. I'll make a breakdown video about what's to come after Global, about like after this worldwide celebration, but as far as that goes, unless something crazy happens in November for like a mini thank you celebration, which I strongly doubt, but I don't think so. So yeah, Global's not having a Dual Dokkan Fest celebration like anytime soon. So again, it does make a lot of sense for Tech Janemba and AGL Pikkon to return now, before they go on, hiatus for God knows how long. And that's it. That's who I strongly believe will come back on these banners. Like I said, STR Bojack, you can make the argument that he'll get replaced by in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's not really a huge deal. That's totally fine with me. Obviously he hasn't been back on Global since his release, so it does make a lot of sense for him to come back now as well. But, I mean, take a look at these banners. These banners are insanely valuable. Probably the best banners Dokkan has ever had. If I were to, like, really judge it, I mean, we have potentially 4 Dual Dokkan Fest Celebration LRs on each banner. We have the return of Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, who's still a top 5 TUR, arguably. We have the return of the GT Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, which are also top 5 units, top 5 TURs. They're still insanely good. Like I said, Transforming Goku and Vegeta Transforming Goku and Frieza, they obviously suck right now, but it is likely that one of them, if not both of them, could potentially get an EZA. SDR Namek Goku is kind of in the same boat, where, like, we'll have to wait until maybe part 2 of the celebration to really know for sure, or, whatever, but it is likely that he could potentially get an EZA. like I said before, Techinemba and AGL Pycon are kind of a shot in the dark. But I do strongly believe that we could see their return as well. And like I said, these banners are just absolutely insane. And then also keep in mind, let's face the facts here, that usually the Worldwide Celebration has a common trend of making the best units in the game. So I strongly believe that the new Super Saiyan Goku that comes out during this celebration, you know, the new Dual Dokkan Fest LR one, realistically is probably going to be the best unit in the game. I'm really interested to see how he would possibly dethrone LR UI Goku, the AGL one, of course, with his 70% chance to dodge and whatnot. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough to dethrone him, but I'm genuinely excited to see what this Super Saiyan Goku... I mean, presumably, from what we understand, is that all signs are pointing to... Okay, it's going to be like the very, very final fight. Full power Frieza versus the raging Super Saiyan Goku. And we potentially could see the angry Kamehameha animation and stuff like that. So there's all that. So I'm very, very excited. This is my hot take on what the celebration units look like. Again, this is all in conjunction with how the banners were structured last year. So, you know, if you want to, all these units have my rhyme and reasoning on it as to why they're on each particular banner. Like I said, Gogeta and Vegito could realistically be swapped with one another. It doesn't matter who's on whose banner. Excuse me. But, like I said, either one of them could be switched out. SCR Bojack to be switched for in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But I strongly believe that these are what the banners will finally look like. Realistically, we won't see them. I'm recording this very late, but we probably won't see them. Yeah, like realistically, Saturday the 28th is when we are probably going to see the banners go live. So a week from today, because like they just announced over on Twitter that Global and JP is going to be getting a Dokkan Now thing, like a video. So that will be when they show off the LRs, and then probably during that Dokkan Now live stream, that is when the banners will also go live. So that's why it makes a lot of sense for that. So again, I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait to see what happens with the celebration. The celebration starts in like 5-6 days from now. I'm super excited. I cannot wait for the celebration. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I hope you guys have been saving your stones, because these are gonna be some crazy banners. So genuinely can't wait, and I hope you guys feel the same way. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.
I have spoken.